Has confirmed the arrest of a third mayor linked to political killings in KwaZulu-Natal in less than 2 weeks. Harry Gwala District Mayor Mluleki Ndobe was the first to be arrested for the alleged murder of former ANC Youth League Secretary General Sindiso Maga-qa. The task team probing political killings made another arrest linked to the murder of former eMalahleni Youth League leader. A third mayor was arrested on Saturday.
In this case, we talk about 2 mayors in KwaZulu-Natal that have been arrested, in fact 3. In this case, we can only say that from the point of view of the ANC, we didn't expect this to be the situation. However, we are indicating that, the justice cluster, crime prevention and justice cluster, is moving ahead, and that investigations will go on without fear or favor. And so we are supportive of all of these investigations.
And to discuss this further, we're joined on the line by a political analyst, Professor Somadoda Fikeni. Good evening, Professor. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and good evening to your viewers.
Now, firstly, what is your reaction to this news? This is a third ANC mayor arrested for murder for political killings.
Well, I do think that we've come to expect that most of the political killings that the Moerane Commission was investigating were also due to the factional battles within the ANC itself. And as such, this is also a province that is prone to political violence going back a few decades. And that in itself is a combination which means very often the interaction and the dealing with political opponents has become a lot more violent. And also the struggle over the access of resources or covering up of corruption often lead to these killings.
Now, these are high-ranking officials occupying high-profile positions of responsibility. How should the ANC deal with the situation?
They should deal with it the same manner they dealt with the VBS Bank, where they immediately suspend these leaders because they cannot continue effectively in their roles when they are actually having this cloud and a very serious allegation against them. And they should just put them aside in a very decisive manner and not wait for the law process, which might take long to finish.
And looking ahead at the looming elections, what impact would these arrests have on the ANC's chances at the ballot box?
It will all depend on how strong these leaders were and the followership in their constituencies. But I do think that many people expected that the political killings were from within, and that you do now have the names, and the people might also be a relief for the political leaders themselves to say, our government is doing something about this particular matter, because it was beginning to constrain them in their political activities as well.
So to what extent are we seeing a pattern here? Can we expect more political killings?
I do think that once you start having arrests and probably successful charging of these individuals and them being found guilty, you may begin to see a decline, because for as long as there was a mystery and these were not resolved, it was going to continue with impunity. But if you do have high-profile figures who may end up in jail, in future it might act as a deterrent.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed. It was a political analyst, Professor Somadoda Fikeni.